The countdown is on. 10 seconds to go. As soon as the flag drops, the cars will be put down on the tarmac. There we go. Down. 1. Green flag. They are underway.
Ooh, 1 went very fast then.
He took out like a scalded cat, but the battle for third is already on behind. Already some scrapping going on. I think Kasabamet has moved past Murad Ozcan on the start. Kasabamet straight up there. A lightning quick move. We've seen a couple of those moves early doors and early in the going. And as the leaders stream through, Nemizlo leading early from Spreng Heli. And already Heli has been hounded by Murad Ozcan. He's come around to complete that one. Nemizlo leads relatively comfortably. About as comfortably as he's going to get in these races. Second, and there's an issue for a car there. I can't tell who that was. That was number 5 of Atali Atink. So that's the driver I told you to watch. He is now, his job has just been made 10 times harder. An instant in the final corners in the opening laps. There is your top 3 on screen. And the orange car in 4th is Murad Ozcan, who just fell behind in the opening laps. Looks like he was caught napping in those opening corners, James.
Yes, it does.
You've not got any more wording since yesterday, have you? Straight to the point, Parry. Strikes again on RC Racing TV. We love it though. And Murad Ozcan is trying to turn things around here. Trying is the word. And the car has there been issues for Spreng Heli up in front. In fact, the number 1 is in the lane. Yannick Nemizlo is in the lane. This is far too early for routine pit stops. He's just a minute and a half in, and he's back out again though. That looked fairly routine. I'm not sure if I saw a fuel can in there. If it was a routine fuel stop, then surely this is a strange strategy, given he rolled off on the pole.
I don't think that was a fuel stop. I think that was a tweak, engine tweak, mixture.
Fuel mixture tweak there.
Oh, it was a body tuck. Well spotted there.
Good job, Matt, up on the camera, letting us know what was going on there. And it has put Nemizlo behind the 8 ball, but luckily he's still in third, despite that pit stop. And he's already making time up on Spreng Heli. The battle for second is coming through the opening corners, and he's already moved back by Spreng Heli for second place. Your current leader is Kasabamet, starting 4th on the grid, and has moved up in the early going and done very strongly. I have to say, his pace is comparable to anyone out there on the track right now, and he's doing very strongly. Contrast of styles there. Spreng Heli has been relentlessly consistent down here this week, but will that be enough? Will he need more pace out of his car? For now, it's enough to keep him ahead of Halit Korpe in 4th place. Murad Ozcan now down to 5th, but Korpe is in 4th place car. And the number 8 flipping the opening corners again. That's another issue. No, that's not the car that went off before. I think that was the number 7 of Kubala Kutuk. Oh, sorry, that was Bulent Togrul. And I think that's caused a little bit of a timing error because he went off round the opening corners and he put back on. Wasn't shown as completing an extra lap. So I think some timing screen shenanigans have gone on there. I think something's happened with the timing there where Bulent Togrul was recovered onto the track. So, car number 4 now in issues. Kasabamet. I heard the referee shouting about it. There's his car being retrieved up on the end of the back straight. This second semi-final has started in absolute anarchy. Everything is going on here. James, can you make any sense of it?
No.
No, I didn't think so. So, Amit's car returned to the lane. The question now, Bulent Togrul has now scored 5th, so that's rectified itself. With that brief issue on the time screens. I think he went off having completed a lap and then was put back on behind the start and finish line, so it was scored as completing another lap, but they've rectified that now. So Togrul back to where he was. Meanwhile, the battle we're watching on screen is between Spreng Heli and is that Halit Korpe behind him? That's Halit Korpe behind him. This is the battle for the final transfer spot then. Korpe desperate not to go into that limbo zone of 4th and 5th place and rely on what ifs and maybes, and maybe not. So this is the battle then. Spreng Heli has been so consistent this week, nailing laps, not making a single mistake, but his 1 lap speed has not been quite there compared to everyone else. And he looked fairly uncomfortable when he had to step it up in qualifying in Superpole yesterday. He is not built. Whoa! There was a car in the middle of the road there. They went through the first few corners. Now, who was that? It was off. Marshall's now retrieving it. See if we can get an idea. And the drive belt's off. That's the number 6 of Kubala Kutuk. So drive belt's off of the number 6. Car's in the lane as well. Who's that down in the pit lane? That does not look like a routine stop down there. Couple of cars up. Whoever it is back underway. Everything happening in the early minutes of this race. Routine pit stops are now starting though, so that adds a little bit to the complexation. So we might have to give this a couple of laps to cycle through. And where's Halleck Corpay in the middle of all this? Corpay is the number 8 car coming through chicanes now. That's a spin up at the top of the straight and another clip there. Instants aplenty in this race. Everything going on. And I can tell you, is that Yannick Nimislo's car? That's the number 1 of Yannick Nimislo. Well, he's still running third amongst all this. But, some issues befalling him as well. The number 7 of Bulent Togrul is in there as well, but he's a lap or so back on these guys. That is Nimislo. There's Nimislo, there's a car stranded right there where that marshal is. Stranded. One of the marshals being barked at. And a couple of cars. And it's all happening out here. This is absolutely crazy stuff out in the early going. There's Sprenghelly coming through the final corners. Sprenghelly then battling with, that's the number 7 of Bulent Togrul, not on the same lap. So Helly is still holding station in second place. And that car there is the number 3. That's Murad Ozkan, who's had a tough start to this race. He's been struggling early on then. And fell away in the early going. But he's still got a chance here with everything that's been going on. There is every chance for everyone out there. The way it's going. Kasabamet is scored as your leader, and he's coming through the start-finish area now. The red and white car coming through the start-finish zone. And then second place is, well, actually Nimislo now scored as your leader. Nimislo, Ahmet, and Sprenghelly still hanging in there in third. And Helly, oh, has had a little bit of contact. Let's drop back to Sprenghelly, shall we? Helly should be coming through the EFRA hairpin now. There he is, Swiss driver, coming through those corners there. Very wide. Coming through, that's not Halleck Corpay behind him. Corpay has lost some time there. Helly is just the car in front of him. There's Helly's car, the white and yellow car. He's still third. Relentless consistency. That's what you can expect out of him. And it's going to have to take others beating him on speed rather than him tripping up to get him out, dislodge him from the qualifying spots. Throughout this race, Helly continues on his way. This race already providing all sorts of twists and turns. That is the number 8 of Halleck Corpay in front of him there. That was Corpay just in front there. Corpay just hit the pit lane. I think the pit stop cycling through. Helly continues in third. The march is on. And Murad Ozkan still in the battle as well as Bulent Togrul also up there. Now something's going on in the pit lane. I don't think that was a routine stop for Halleck Corpay at all. The far end of the pit lane, far end, there it is. There's Halleck Corpay's car. That's not a routine fuel stop at all. There's some fuel going in there, but there's also tools going under the hood there. What is going on there? Surely not a flame out. Glow plug issues, perhaps. We had a belt come off one of the cars earlier as well. Well, that was Kutuk's car. But Corpay has now dropped right to the bottom end of the order. And his chances of making it to the final going up in smoke. I have a horrible feeling they might be. Because that car is still not going anywhere. It is still not moving, and it has been there for a very long time now. Still not going anywhere. The wait is agonising. The seconds ticking by like hours out there. As his hopes are just going up in smoke. Meanwhile, let's find your top 3 out on the track. Sprenghelly's going through the bus stop now. He's your third place runner. There's Murad Ozkan, who's the 4th place car. And he's in that limbo zone. Right now, Ateli Atink is in that zone as well. Meanwhile, Halleck Corpay has returned to the track. He's back out there, but I think he's lost too much time. I think he just won't be able to do it. He's in the George Adis scenario now, where he's going to have to make up an impossible amount of time to even get near the transfer spots. He's down up 4 laps. As, again, the pit lane, a vocal area. Pit lane now for Nimislo. Pit lane for Nimislo. So Nimislo, who had cycled back through to the lead, he's back out. He's just seen him go out. There he is. Right in the middle of the shot. He's just gone back out there. He is your leader. Or he was your leader. And Ateli Atink has just been warned to be careful by the referee out there. So I wonder if he was just getting in someone's way, maybe in the pit lane. But here is Nimislo, who still scored as your leader. Sprenghelly currently second, and Kasem Ahmet third. And more cars down in the lane as well. I think Murad Ozkan's car has just been in and out of the lane. A lot of shouting between the two. That is Murad Ozkan's car in front of Nimislo right now. Nimislo is scored as your leader. So he's still out in front, and Murat Ozcan is your 4th place car. On a half spin for Ozcan, that will not help his quest to get into the final. And we've got Nimislo moving past the lap cars. That's Kubala Kutuk, who's had all sorts of issues in this race. But we drop back. Let's have a look. Where's Spreng Heli? Spreng Heli's just coming through the EFRA hairpin now at the far end of the track, through the S-bends, the white and yellow car. There he is going through. And here he comes. Here's his 2nd place car. He was 2nd. He may still be 2nd after the pit stop. Quick splash of fuel. In and out. Relentless consistency from Heli. And that could take him all the way to glory, you know. It is all you need. Kasab Ahmet has now scored just in front of him. Ahmet was right in the lead battle, but Spreng Heli is doing absolutely everything that is asked of him, really. He couldn't get a good lap time down in Superpole, but in terms of his qualifying and in terms of his race performance, this is just about everything you'd want from a race driver. Sometimes the pyrotechnics and the high speed and the aggression can be overrated. Sometimes you just want someone who you know will bring the car home without a blemish on it and with a good solid finish to boot. And the amount of time that mistakes can cost, especially in this discipline, someone that doesn't make any at all is a very valuable asset. So Spreng Heli, the Swiss driver, is relentlessly solid here. And at the moment, his nearest rival is nowhere to be seen. Murat Ozcan is upwards of a lap behind him right now. So, big issues. Let's keep following Heli for now, because Ozcan is that far behind. In fact, I think it's Murat Ozcan, the next car up the road. Ozcan is the orange car that's just gone out of shot to the right, so that shows you the gap. Heli continues down the back straight. We watch Heli, and just a couple of cars in front of him was Ozcan, but that shows you the gap. Almost a lap between 3rd and 4th right now, with just over 8 minutes to go. Spreng Heli, his relentless consistency, doing such a good job out there in conditions that have broken many a weaker driver mentally, many a faster driver in terms of outright speed, but many a less mentally strong driver. And Heli's consistency has not been heeded. We have a car returning to the lane via the marshals. That's the number 7 of Bülent Togrul. Has been returned to the pits just in front of our commentary position. So nothing to affect the top 3 at the moment. Togrul was down the order anyway after some issues. So Spreng Heli continues to truck on. Kasab Ahmet continues in 2nd place. And your leader is still Yannick Nimislo. Pace has always been there this weekend for Nimislo. He'll have been bitterly disappointed not to qualify as Superpole winner. But he's doing everything asked of him in this one. Had a little issue early on. A very brief stop. Like a body tuck issue. Spreng Heli just dealing with some traffic there. In fact, that is the number 6 of Kubale Kutuk. So a lap behind 3rd place in 6th. So Murat Ozcan is not that far up the road. And Natalia Atink, I get the feeling, will also be nearby as well. And I keep craning my neck over to check down in the pit lane to make sure there's nothing happening, because there's a lot of barking of instructions going on down there. Sometimes it can sound a lot more dramatic than it is. But certainly under pressure. There's a car off at the final corners. That's the number 3 of Murat Ozcan. So Murat Ozcan, he gets back underway. He was jammed into the wall there for a second. He couldn't back it out. And that has cost, I think, Ozcan his lap on Spreng Heli. Heli has just passed him on the track. So 3rd to 4th, nose to tail on the track. But there is actually a lap separating them, and that'll feel like a yawning chasm for Murat Ozcan at the moment. There is Spreng Heli, who is now overtaken and lapped 4th place on the track. What a big blow that is to strike. Heli's march continues. As I say, just over 1 lap. He's maybe not as quick as those around him, but this consistency will serve him so well throughout the competition, and it has already. He is just absolutely impervious. He's bulletproof. He is relentless consistency. He will deliver solid results for you. He may not set the place on fire, but sometimes that's not all that's needed. It is not always about being the explosive guy who's flipping up on 2 wheels and headbutting every rumble strip and making the big overtakes and throwing those big Hail Marys at the last laps. Sometimes motorsport is a very simple game. You nail your marks every single lap, you're 9 times out of 10 going to be in contention for the win. I make it sound like the easiest thing in the world, but we've seen so many drivers, so many stronger drivers over 1 lap not be able to do that this weekend. But Spreng Heli has, and that consistency is going to serve him well. It has done already. So your top three then. Yannick Nemizlo continues to truck on as your leader, the German driver, followed by Kasım Ahmet second. So the home fans will have something to cheer. They've already got 3 Turkish drivers guaranteed in the final, as well as Kaya Ali, the Super Bowl winner. They could have a 5th one here in Kasım Ahmet, and a couple more as well. And let's just have a look. That's the number 7 car passing Sprengheli. That was Bülent Togrul, who's still making his laps up from earlier. Sprengheli, another really fast pit stop, lightning quick, little dab of fuel, and in and out. That's all you need to do. Still, he holds a comfortable advantage over Murad Özkan. And Nemizlo and Ahmet are spaced out by about 45 seconds right now, about a lap or so. So, yeah, about 12 seconds between the leaders, Nemizlo and Ahmet. But Sprengheli is 3rd place. Now, where's Nemizlo on the track? Nemizlo is coming through the start-finish area. He's just gone through the bottom of shot. He's the white number 1 car, going through the first few hairpins. There he is. There's your leader. And he has about 12 seconds on 2nd place. And Nemizlo has been trucking on. He has converted his quick 1-lap speed into relentless efficiency in the race. He was my pick for Super Pole, having come so close to going through his TQ, only to be pipped at the last second by Tom Krajewski. He would not be denied a 3rd time. He was denied once in qualifying and again in Super Pole. He won't be fooled again. He's making absolutely sure of his position here. Now, something to watch as well is the number of laps being completed by 4th and 5th place. Murad Özkan and Atali Atink will continue to follow the leader, Nemizlo. And I'll just tell you right now, they have completed 32 and 32, well, 32 laps each. And they've got 3.5 minutes to go as Nemizlo's in what should be his final pit stop. He's slightly off sequence after his earlier stop. He's back out and away. And I don't think he should have lost the lead there even. The only car that's gone by him is the number 8 of Halit Korpe. And Korpe is down in 6th, a couple of laps back, but what to watch here is that Nemizlo is on 36 laps. Özkan and Atink are 4 behind, so they're on 32. So they need to complete, at the very least, 41 laps for them both to go through. In which case, if they complete 40 or 39 laps, which is what the 4th and 5th place finishes in the last race completed, it'll be down to overall time. And that is a limbo you don't want to be in. But at least they know the target, they know what they've got to go for. And right now, with Özkan and Atink so far behind 3rd place, Sprengheli, that's all they've got to go for. They know the target to be set. At least they go, one of them may well go through if they hit 40 laps. They will still have to beat 4th place finisher's time from the last race. And Atis Biliur and the 5th place guys, those guys from the previous race will be incredibly nervous right now, waiting for these results to come through. And watch the lap counters anxiously. They're on 34 laps now with 2 minutes to go. I think it's a big ask to do up to 7 or 8 laps in 2 minutes. It's possible, but you average more 3 laps in about 1:20 here, so I think Biliur and those 2 from the first race might have done just enough, but it's something they won't want to lose out, as the number 7 has been in and out. That's Bülent Togrul, still coming from behind. He's still a couple of laps back. His comeback is going to fall way short. He's still giving it his all throughout this race. So more pit stop. That's the pit stop for the number 2 of Sprengheli just beneath us. So Heli still on for it, and it's Atis Biliur and Haluk Siyoruk who are in the qualifying positions for now. Biliur completing 40 laps, remember, Siyoruk 39. So if 4th and 5th in this race, Atink and Özkan right now can complete 41 laps each, they will both get through. James is shaking his head alongside me. He's got it down to such an extent where he doesn't even have to say anything now. Just a facial expression is enough.
There's only a minute left. It's 27 seconds, 30 seconds a lap.
Yeah, so they are going to fall short. So I think Biliur and Siyoruk can maybe breathe a sigh of relief. They may well just get a reprieve here. Sprengheli just navigates the lap car there. Heli, meanwhile, has been very impressive. I've been talking a lot about Nemizlo. Kasım Ahmet has been strong as well, but Sprengheli, who you're seeing on the screen right now, has been relentlessly consistent. There is Nemizlo, your leader then. Nemizlo leads, 2nd place for Kasım Ahmet, 3rd for Sprengheli, Fourth and fifth, Ateli Atink and Murad Ozkan. And they're on 38 laps right now. This is going to be incredibly close. If they complete 39, then that means that Atis Bilur is guaranteed through, but it puts them in the same pool as Sioruk. And then who completes it? Zakar is all over the place in front of Numislo, the leader. That's the number 8 of Halek Korpe. Cars coming across the line now. It's those lap counters that are all the difference. We're going to follow Numislo home, who is going to be your winner of the second semi-final in the Euro B Championship. Numislo coming home to complete his race, and a very good race it has been. Early problems did not stymie his charge, and it's been a great result in the end. So then, cars coming across the line to finish. Time is up, that's it. Here's your lineup on screen then, so let's do some quick. So then, the grid is about to come up on screen. There we go. It's about coming up on screen there. I'm just making sure we stay ahead of the timing screens. They can flip over pretty quickly, but here is your finishing lineup then. I think we're going to have to consult the timing lineup, the results from the first race, because